Hi, my name is Megan Knipe, and I'm a student at Liberty University, and I'm doing an assignment for the class HSCO 511, the group leading report. For my group that I led, I chose to do an AA meeting, Alcoholics Anonymous, because I am personally a part of AA myself. So I found a new meeting in the area, and there were a couple people who I had previously known there, and so I asked if I could lead out in the meeting. And the normal leader said she would be happy to let me lead. So she was present during the meeting while I was chairing, and she was able to be there in case I needed her. But it went really well. So the meeting that I led out in was an hour-long Alcoholics Anonymous meeting at King's Grant Church at 7 p.m. on Tuesday. And this meeting happens once a week, every Tuesday night at 7. There were about 29 participants in the meeting, and it was a closed meeting of Alcoholics Anonymous. The group dynamics. So, how this meeting is led is the chairperson, the leader, reads the 12 steps of AA and the preamble, asking everyone to share about their own experience and not to crosstalk so that everyone can focus on themselves and their recovery. So, the beginning of the meeting, I read that, and then I read a passage in the Big Book, which is kind of like Alcoholics Anonymous's version of their Bible. It's called the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous. So, every week we read one chapter. So I started out with the first paragraph, and then we went around the room, and everyone who wanted to read a paragraph did. And when the chapter was over, then I shared my experience, strength, and hope for 15 minutes. I talked about my own personal experience and how I related personally to the reading. That specific reading was about family and how family is affected by our alcoholism. So that was a really great topic for the evening. For leadership techniques, I displayed positive body language. I was relaxed. I had good posture, but I wasn't rigid. I had good eye contact when other people were sharing. And I tried to sound empathetic in my tone of voice and to only speak from my own experience so that others didn't feel like they were being attacked or judged. After I was done sharing my experience, strength, and hope for 15 minutes, I opened up the meeting for anyone who wanted to share. So then people could raise their hands and I would call on them and they would share. And that can be a little awkward sometimes because then you have to stare at everyone while they share. So another leadership technique that I used was keeping good eye contact and nodding my head and showing them that I was listening and I was interested so they didn't feel like they weren't being heard. And I think that's very important for people, especially newcomers, because it can be very intimidating to speak in front of a large group of people when you're going through so many different struggles in life, you know. So as a group leader, I find it very beneficial for me to display those empathetic, positive listening skills. And that's something that I definitely need to work on, but leading out in this group gave me a good opportunity to work on those things. So for self-assessment, I think I did a really good job listening, and I struggled with sharing when I had to share for 15 minutes. I find it very hard to talk about myself, especially in front of a large group of people, and there were several times that I stuttered or I forgot what I was trying to say, and I awkwardly had like a silent pause and I had to collect my thoughts, but everyone was so understanding and nice, and I was able to collect my thoughts and finish my talk and my lead in that group, and it went really well. But I think in the future I need to work on being more mentally relaxed so that I can just let the words flow and I won't be so self-conscious about what I'm trying to say and communicate and get across to everyone. Let's see. I also, when I can't remember what I'm trying to say, I begin to ramble. And that's something that I believe that I did during that group. So that's also something that I need to work on in the future. But everyone was really understanding and great, and I mean, no one in those meetings are public speakers that I know of. So everyone is in the same boat. We're all just trying to do our best, and it's a support group, so we're all there for each other at the end of the day. In conclusion, what I will do next time is I will try to have an idea of what the reading will be for the next meeting that I lead, so I can read it ahead of time and kind of have some ideas of what I want to say, so I can lead with a bold and positive manner instead of an insecure, shy, intimidated manner. I will also try to work on my listening skills and try to find ways that I can relate to the people that are sharing in my group, so that they feel like they are being heard and understood, because I think that's a really important part of being a group leader, is showing the members that you can relate to them on some level. We're all human and we all have things in common in one way or another. My concluding thought is that I've been a part of AA for a while now, and I love listening to people leading out, and I also love leading out. It takes all different types of people to make such a positive, strong group like something like AA, and being a leader gives me the opportunity to be able to give back and help those people who have helped me and help new people who may need help, and maybe there's something that I can say that will reach them like no one else could. So I'm very grateful to have had the opportunity to lead out in an AA meeting thanks to this class.